Okay, this is called 3 Poems About Water. And these were late at night. I was writing poems to people on Facebook on their walls, just because I was bored, and that's the kind of thing I do in the middle of the night. And I was originally going to write a lot of them. Like I was going to try to do like 20 or 30 of people. And it started with 2 people that I know very well, and then it started with somebody who's a kind of an acquaintance of mine who I don't know very well, but she's a nice girl. She was the first person that came up on the news feed. So each poem is to somebody. This is a message to that person. None of them are here tonight. I think they all live out of town, but I know 2 of them live out of town. Anyways, the first one is to Jacob Hurwitz Goodman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go Jacob.
Hey, spaceman. Be kind in shallow waters. Sleep tight and smile with kindness when you smile. Your child will appreciate the effort, spaceman. Your child will appreciate the effort.
Yeah!
That's poem number 1. Poem number 2. Okay, sorry. Poem number 2 is to Nick George.
Yeah!
It starts like this. At the bottom of the sea, most men don't find relaxation, breathing dark, salty water and dining on seaweed and small fish. Most men aren't like you, and they aren't necessarily like me either, but most men don't find relaxation at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah!
The third one is a friend of a friend, but through some mutual friends actually that I know in this room, Madeline Twist. I don't know if any of you guys know her. Let me sell you, guys. Let me sell you a book I found in the water. It's wavy, hard, and warped. All of the pages are stuck together, but I bet it still could be worth something. Don't you?
Yeah.
I kind of flipped it on you there. All right. Okay. So this second one, this is a story, a short story. I wrote this in the middle of a bunch of notes, so you're gonna have to give me about 10 seconds to find this. How's everybody doing tonight, by the way?
Yeah.
Good. You guys enjoy it?
Tell us about you, Dan.
About me? No.
Yeah.
What about me? I used to wash dishes at the Rex. Sometimes I still do. Actually, I still have like 5 shifts left, but I'm not going to anymore, so my life is going to get a lot better in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, fuck work.
Yeah, fuck work, totally. I'm also a photographer. If any of you guys need headshots or portraits of your family done, I'm cheap as fuck. I'm pretty good, and whatever. You can see I have a blog and stuff. You can see it later. So this is the story. It's I don't actually have a title yet for it, but I don't want to call it Untitled. So just
no, it's not.
So just disregard that. Okay. I first met Nadia underneath a small bridge late at night. I was in a drugged, half-sleeping stupor, and she smiled sharply at me as if she knew everything. Cars whizzed by us, and I could barely make out the wrinkles on her face as they contorted to her smile. She was thin, with bangs, wearing a vest and sweater. Her makeup was perfect. I vomited fiercely at her feet. My eyes felt like they were bleeding as she rushed to me and grabbed my shoulders. I couldn't stop salivating and began to spit all over her clothes. My ears began to throb and my throat closed slowly so that I fell back onto the ground, onto some broken glass, writhing and crying and feeling sick. She didn't stop smiling throughout all of this, her wrinkled eyes flickering in the headlights. God, her eyes are brilliant. They radiate to this day as she sits next to me. I wonder if she is remembering that night when we met, how she kicked me in the stomach, that mass of corpses dressed in uniforms standing ominously. Of course, the corpses came later. I remember looking frightened into Nadia's eyes and feeling comforted by them. I felt the tiny pull of courage grow as I realized that the corpses were standing not because of any supernatural power, but because of a giant balloon. I remember her giggling as I clawed up the cord, trying to make the balloon fly away. She knew it was inevitable that I'd get caught up in those corpses living by the artistry of an installation artist named Tony White. It was part of a design competition. He had gotten the bodies from his Uncle Martin, his father's brother, who was the head of the doctor in the local morgue. These were unclaimed bodies. They circled around me menacingly, slumping slowly as the balloon gave way. I must remember not to be so goddamn charming. That day I'd fucked both Laura Bush in a stairwell and a pair of Siamese twins in one of those beds that folds out from the wall. It was a wonderful, immersive lovemaking session. I don't remember if they each had a vagina or if they shared one. I do remember that one of them had short hair and a very beautiful face. She looked like a girl that I once knew.
Yeah.